Hi guys, Gamerbug here, and we are trying out Dayz Standalone. I've actually played this for about a week now since it's come out, and I've got to say, so far, I'm not that impressed. I like Dayz, I love the mod, and yeah, it's alpha I know, but there's a lot wrong with this game. Graphically, very similar. There's my character. I look a bit different. You can choose your character a bit more. I do like that. I think the characters look a bit better. Alpha, so there's not many options at the minute, but fair enough, I'm going to let that slide, that's absolutely fine. The optimization of the game is poor, but again, it's alpha. You can fiddle around with your settings, and if you're lucky in a city like Electro, you'll get some decent FPS, but I've got a pretty good system, and it's not running great at the moment. Benefits to the game. Well, as Dean Rocket Hall said, oops, there's a zombie, I'm not going to bother with that. You can go in most buildings now, and you can. It's limited what you can do, but it's enough. I think it is actually enough. The zombies, as you saw back there, are broken. Absolutely, completely and utterly broken in this game at the moment. You get about 3 spawn into a small town at server start. Once they see you, they run at you. If you're lucky, you can get rid of them. Anyway, this is going into a house. So, what we've got lying around. What I do like is we have a new system where we can just either pick an item up, or if it's close by, it's in your vicinity. I'm just going to, oh yeah, you can lick a battery, interesting. You have inventory slots to start with, but it makes sense, it's what's on you. So I'm just going to stick this in here. So my jeans have enough space for 4 things. And as you get more items of clothing and backpacks, you can put more stuff on. That makes sense. I found a little hat, which is damaged. Doesn't make any difference to, I think, the state of things in the alpha, but you can just drag it onto your character. It's quite nice. You see down here, there's a little thing saying I'm thirsty, and you've got all your different places. The vicinity, as I say, if something's close enough, it should pop up in there. You can just drag it across. You can move my man around. The hands, you can put things actually into your hands when you use them, which makes sense. And then, like I say, all your different inventory sort of things come here. More items you get would, like backpacks and stuff would be below that. And then you've got quick slots at the bottom, which is quite nice. You have quick slots, but it's weird because you have no other UI. Like I say, it says in the bottom, I'm thirsty, but if I take the UI out, if I've got quick slot UI, it doesn't make sense. Anyway, as you can see here, I can either look at this and use my scroll wheel and pick it up as I used to, or I can, as I say, use the vicinity tab and pull it across. Not everything will always be in the vicinity. Sometimes you need to crouch, sometimes you need to duck, just to be at the right level. So again, this item, just pick it up, just drag it onto my character. And it has actually thrown the item on the floor, but I found putting items down can be very hit or miss. Which means giving stuff to other players can be very hit or miss, because the only way to do it at the minute really is put it on the ground, or hope they go in your backpack. I'll demonstrate that. Pick up a banana. Right, I'm going to put this on the floor. The only way to do that is drag it onto the floor, somewhere, just outside of your inventory. There's no right click or anything like drop, so there we go. So it's in the vicinity, I know it's around, but I can't see it. I don't actually know where it is. So anyone, if I said pick that banana up now, wouldn't be able to do it. We'll try it somewhere where there's no stairs, because it probably got buried in the stairs. Now laterally, it'd be like good to say put it on the table, but I dragged it to the table there, as you can see, and it's actually on that chair. But anyone wouldn't see that, and a lot of the time it just disappears into the background. It's quite rubbish. Drinking, as you can see, it's got an animation. I'm actually holding it near my face. It looks quite good, I guess. Anyway, let's go for a bit more of a wander. I'm not expecting this to last particularly long. I'm in Electro, and at the moment servers tend to fill up quite quickly. So yeah, I'm probably going to die quite quick. Surprisingly though, most of the buildings aren't looted. The doors are closed. Oh, there's a little hop you can do now. And you can punch. You press spacebar, or if you rebind your keys, and you can punch. It's absolutely pointless, but I suppose it's better than nothing. Oh, there's a zombie there. I don't think I'll bother. Zombies can see you from behind as well. They can see you from behind and front. I've walked up to a zombie face to face, and it's not noticed me, and I've gone past one back from about 30 feet, and it did see me. So, right, we've got nothing in here particularly. Oh, we've got another beanie and a head torch. Can't get these to work. I've put batteries in them. I've done everything. Once I got a battery in it, turned it on, and it shone a light on the ceiling, even though the torch wasn't on my head, so they seem to not work either. I do like the fact we've got like cans of sardines and you need an implement to open them, like a screwdriver, something like that, which is kind of cool. Baseball cap here, banana, don't really want any of those. A pristine rotten banana, not sure what that means. So, like I say, most places you explore, you can't go upstairs. Well, you can, but the door doesn't open. I spent a while opening and closing a door there and realising that... Oh, a zombie's... Are you kidding me? Is it that dumb zombie down there has just seen me? Yes, it's that zombie has just seen me. I don't know how far away I was from it. See what I mean? Well, that other one didn't notice me at all, and yeah, it's... Oh, got to hop over that fence in my eyes there. Bit poor. So yeah, there's a lot of problems with this, and I think the worst thing at the minute is the kill on sight thing hasn't changed at all. I don't know why they thought it would. There are only two types of gun in the game, pretty much. I mean, there's pistols, but cartridges seem to be quite limited for those. Magazines, sorry. Oh, another zombie. I'll ignore him. But there's an M4, and there's like a sniper rifle, a Mosin, and that's it. It's limited. I think there's supposed to be a shotgun, but I've yet to find one. So basically, once you've got one of those guns and a bunch of good gear, which you can get within 5 minutes of starting, depending on your spawn, you're geared. You've got nothing else to do. You don't have to do anything. You've got a choice. You can go and shoot people, or you can go and shoot people. Helping people doesn't really help that much, because half the time you can't even put the items on the floor to help them. So, yeah, it's got issues. It's got a lot of issues. Anyway, I've not actually been to Electro yet in this game, so I'm surprised I'm not dead yet, because there's so many other military spawns. Right, so we've got some loot here. Oh, great. A zombie hasn't seen me, but seen me. That means I might have more carrying space. Notice I couldn't use the vicinity button because it was up there. And there's a screwdriver which I want to take. I'm not going to take the other thing, because you can use screwdrivers to open cans. Oops. I don't know if zombies can follow you upstairs or not. Doesn't look like it. Okay, so we have other things here. So that's got less slots than what I've already got. You can actually carry items in your items. You can even carry backpacks in your backpack if your backpack is big enough, but it's kind of weird. And what we've got here, we've got some cargo pants, which I want to... Oh, I'll take those. Oh, no. I've dragged them onto my character. It's not actually worked. It's dragged it into my inventory. I think to get it to work automatically, you have to drag it onto your little avatar there in the middle. So what I'll do is I'll hold on to these for a second until I get somewhere safer. But I want to swap those over for those. Oh, what we've got here? We've got a holster. Holsters can carry a gun and that is all. And we have another like combat vest thing, which has the same amount of slots, I think, as what I've got. Yeah. So it's just a question of which one's in better nick. And though at the moment it really doesn't matter. So I'll take the one that's in better. You've got a lot of inventory slots now, I must say, but things do take up a lot more. I'm not going to bother with the holster because it will remove my vest. And you have a pistol, which I've yet to find a magazine for. I found bullets for it, but you can't just chamber, which is a bit rubbish. So until basically I'll swap that for that. Swapping does tend to drop things on the floor a bit better, I've noticed. Yeah, you can't chamber the pistols. I've yet to find a magazine, so basically I end up... Oh, yeah, sorry, dragged the marionette. With 40 bullets for a pistol that I can't use. Bit rubbish. I believe there's a magnum in the game now, but I've yet to use it. I don't know if that zombie's at the bottom of the stairs, so I'm going to do the sneaky trick of going out this door. And then use the other ladder. Probably going to get shot off here. As I say, I've played the game a few times. First couple of times dying to zombies, not really know what I'm doing. Second time, well, after that basically, I've been bandaged, shot by somebody who had more stuff than me and just wanted some stuff that I had. Sometimes it's been my own fault. Being in an area where most of the doors were closed and a couple were open, I'm like, that probably should have used my brain that someone was around there opening doors. I can't just step through that window. Groups of bandits, all sorts. Yeah, kill on sight, very much here. Like I say, there's nothing else to do but kill people. No one talks. I did help one guy, but then the server went down, so that annoyed me. There was another guy I shot because I thought he had a gun and was pointing it at me, but he had his flashlight. And I was like, I felt quite bad. But again, no one's really using their mics either, so kind of annoying. I've got that zombie after me. I've got to try and lose it. I'm going to have a quick nosy in the church. I don't really know what spawns in the church now. It's got potential. I think the problem with DayZ is it's never going to lose the kill on sight mentality much. Now it should be. They should have that banditry in there. Why not? It's, you know, well, it makes a degree of sense. Oh, you can also split these into rags, which is how you now get bandages if you can't find bandages, which is quite good. But yeah, it's lacking. I don't think I'm going to play the game much until the alphas come along a bit further. I see like really popular YouTubers playing it. I don't get what they're getting out of it. These are people that do play kill on sight kind of banditry, you know, the sniper types that you see on Twitch and so on and so forth. I'm like, what are you getting from this? As soon as you've got a sniper, you're better than everybody else. Just stay there and shoot someone. And what are you trying to get? I just heard someone there. I'm not sure. It could be the zombie. Anyway, so let's see what we get in here. I've got really nothing, like I say, so anything I find... Oh, a backpack and a gun. I'm dead. I had nothing. I mean, I was about to pick a gun up, but the guy could have said hi. He had an axe, I had nothing. He could have just said back off. He didn't. So, I might try and respawn, see if I can get a little bit more together. Just explain a few more things about the game. There's not too much to explain, but we'll see as we go. Okay. And hear the guy running around. By the way, if you get knocked unconscious, this is pretty much also what happens, and you just have to respawn yourself and die. Alpha I know, but kind of garbage. And the game's broke. It's not working. I can't respawn at all. At least the guy's enjoying nicking what I didn't have, because I didn't have anything, so good for him. That ching ching noise I think was him loading ammo into something, so there may have been a clip with that gun. Nope. Can't respawn. Basically the game's broken, I'm going to have to reload it. I know it's alpha, there's going to be issues, but yeah, I would say to people, if you're going to play it, wait probably till beta, let the other guys do the testing. So here we are again, a little bit more successful this time. I actually spawned near Kamishovo, which is on the southern coast, and I've ran all the way up to Solnichny, and I haven't seen a soul, which is kind of weird. And as you can see, I'm a little bit more geared up. It's amazing when you don't spawn in certain places, how you probably won't get murdered straight away. It's like everyone who goes to Electro just wants to murder you. I've also noticed a lot of people just kind of go to Electro still thinking that it's got the best loot, which it hasn't. Some of the best loot to be found in the game at this point, starting in Kamenka, which everyone used to complain is one of the worst spawns. Start in Kamenka, run north, there's a military barracks with, well, military base, sorry, with 4 barracks there. Yeah, you can get geared up pretty quickly there. That's assuming there's actually any ammo. You'll find yourself at M4 in 5 seconds, but there may not be any ammo. Anyway, may as well just carry on where we are and see what we can find. So I'm thirsty again. And I just spotted something in here. I thought I did. Could be wrong. I think it was actually just the lighting on the floor that I spotted, which is kind of weird. We are just west of Solnichny. There's a few industrial buildings. I'm trying to find an axe or something if I can. I've got, as you can see, a bunch of gear at the minute. The best thing, or most interesting thing, is the medical kit, which you may have noticed in my inventory. I just picked up a map, and I kind of want to know what I meant to do with it. I'll assign M as my map key and see what happens. Yeah. Sorry, just making sure there's no compass key, because you have to have the compass in your hands these days. And nothing's happening. Okay, that's all the people online. Okay, maybe I have to put it in my hands. Right, put the map in my hands. Press the button. Oh, yes, that's how you do it. fair enough. Now the map's actually just split up, so I think this is south. I think it said southwest. I don't remember what it is anyway. But it's only a part of the map, which is kind of weird. How do I put that back in my... Okay, I can't just put it back in my inventory. That's kind of weird. Okay, I'll drag it to the end there where it's out the way. As I say, the medical kit's kind of interesting because you can actually put it in your hands, and it's got slots in the medical kit. So you can store anything in there, but you can put like 6 different. Oh, I pressed the map button there. That definitely doesn't work. Like 6 different items in there, and there's actually a bunch of stuff in there at the minute which I could actually use to give somebody a blood bag. Chances are I'll get murdered before I get chanced by somebody who wants a blood bag, so it's kind of weird because they can't give themselves one. So, you know, they'd be better off letting me do that. Alright, that's no good. Is that just a sack? I can't do anything with it. No, I didn't think I could. I don't know the point of the sack because you can't put stuff inside the sack, whereas you can put stuff inside most stuff. So yeah, the medical kit, very handy, but I probably won't get a chance to give anyone a blood bag. Blood bags work weird in this game. There are 2 ways. There's one which is a saline kit, which works just like the old blood bags did really. And then there's the very convoluted blood way, which is you have to know what blood type your character is, get some blood from somebody, hope it's the right blood type, get it injected into you, and then hope you don't die. Or you can just get a saline kit and do the same thing, which has no chance of actually hurting you or killing you. Yeah, I know, a bit weird. I've got a full saline kit that I can put together with IV and everything. All I need to do is, you know, have somebody around to give a hand to. But as you saw, there was a lot of players on the server and I haven't seen one yet, so probably all gone to Electro. Ooh. There is a water spout here which I can use to fill. I managed to grab myself a little water bottle. You can get canteens and like plastic water bottles. There's my water bottle, and I can actually put that in my hands now, go up and fill it back up to full. Canteens, I believe you drink about 20% of the water each time you take a swig. You take about 33% of this one each time you take a drink. But it's a great backup thing to have, and you can always refill it. I think the more damage the canteen, the less water it holds. I assume the same is true of a bottle. I just heard a zombie. I'm going to bolt for this big house in the... Yeah, there you go. In the middle of the town, because this is where, if you remember, where I got killed in Electro in one of these, and there was a gun and a bag in there. I don't really need a bag. A bigger bag would be cool. And they're not actually that rare in this game. But no, there's no gun. Ooh, there's some powdered milk, and there is... Aha! An axe. Brilliant. The axes in this game are really, really good. At least at this moment. I mean, you saw I got murdered by one just before I reloaded, so to speak. So, yeah, I mean, they're a bit overpowered in some ways. But, yeah, having one's good. There's 2 different types as well. There's a wood splitter's axe and a fireman's axe. Both do the same amount of damage, so... Ooh, can opener. That means I can actually get rid of the screwdriver. And to prove a point, I opened a can of food with a screwdriver, and you lose like about 15% of the food because you're not using the right thing to open it with. Oh, there's a zombie there. I can kill him now. Whereas if you open the can open, you don't lose anything, so you get 100% food in there. Thank you. Oh, there's another zombie coming. I have to take him out. Oh, I think there's one running up the road as well. Yep. Oh, and there's another one coming. I mean, I don't know how they've seen me, so to speak, but... Oh, he's dead. And... Oh, now I'm bleeding. First time I played it, didn't have a clue what I was doing, and bleeding basically stopped by bandages or rags. Oh. I thought I had a t-shirt. But I haven't. Oh, that's annoying. Okay, so I'm going to have to tear this into rags, and they're the rags. I'll use them on myself. And that's it, bandaging. Now what I probably should have done is the disinfectant you can spray on the rags, which I think stops any infections. I don't know if that's even enforced at the moment. I'd spray it on the fireman's axe, I don't know. But yeah, it's kind of cool. I like the idea that, you know, if you just use a dirty rag you could get an infection. Right. So, they're clean now. But I could do with some more rags. I don't want to check every single house in this town. I have no idea if anyone's about. I'll check a couple. I don't need too much stuff. And this is the problem again, is I've got an axe, I've got a backpack, I've got supplies to keep me alive. All that's really left to get is a gun. And then at that point, I mean it's alpha, so it's very limited. I keep saying it's alpha, but it is true. I'm at endgame. And the reason I closed the doors behind me is basically it's that kind of if you see open doors, loads of open doors, someone's probably been in the area. Don't need that now. So if I close all the doors and then come back and they're all open, I know someone's been through here. I'm not so bothered about internal doors, I'll leave them open. And I'm being very cursory on looking around as well. But yeah, I just like to close doors if I can and it's not dangerous. Just a quick nosy. I don't know if Solnichny is a spawn point anymore. It was in the mod, and that's, yeah, concerning. Because that door's open, and that one seemed open, but that could just be, I think certain houses do actually have open doors when you spawn in. Because that one's, yeah, I think that was probably just one of the ones that has its doors open by default. Okay, nothing here. Nothing here. I mean, there could be stuff under the beds, but I've yet to find something under the beds in these houses. So I'm not really in a rush to look. Close that. Nothing in there. What I might do is nip down to the coast in a minute, because there's a couple of industrial spawns on there. Quickly check this house out. Oh, did spot something that caught my eye there. Some DK pants. Because these are in better condition than the ones I've got, I'll take them, even though I still don't think that it makes too much of a difference. I haven't got less pockets to put stuff in for them being damaged or not. Drag them onto my inventory. There we go. I think there's a holster over there. Notice the pants have disappeared. That's what I mean. It's so hard to put something on the floor and help somebody. I don't even know how someone would get the ability to give me a blood bag unless I've got a backpack. I don't know if you can go into other people's pockets. I've never got that close to anyone. Every time I get close to somebody, they want to kill me. So, and yeah, you can't go upstairs again. This one, the door doesn't open. Is that a t-shirt or something? Oh, a hoodie. Okay, I'm going to wear that. Now, any other thing like t-shirts or whatever I find, I'm going to just tear into rags for bandages. How often you bleed in this game? I would say, so far in the week I've played it or so, 1 in every 4 hits you probably bleed. Whether that'll increase or decrease, I don't really know. Right. I'll check a couple more houses. Head over to that industrial spawn over to the right there. Because I could do with some more rags really for bandages. That's it. I mean, I'm not exactly sure how you regenerate blood. There was rumours that you would just regenerate blood over time. I mean, over a long time, and that I like the idea of. You know, if somebody's healthy enough and they've lost blood, they will regain it by being healthy. So, you know, that's a clever idea. I don't think that's necessarily implemented at the moment. Food and drink just appears to be there for the sake of well, you've got to eat and you've got to drink. There was initially, which has I think been fixed now, issues where the more running around you were doing, you'd get tired, fair enough, but you'd also then just end up like, falling unconscious and then never wake back up again. Thought I just heard a noise. Probably just my own footsteps, but I think it's just me. I've become very paranoid because every time I've died in this game so far, it was basically me becoming cocky. Going, oh yeah, I know what I'm doing, I'm more geared up than anyone else is going to be, and then I'm not. I do tend to try to play good in this game, which means I'll gear up and then head back to the coast. Not to Chernarus and not to Electro, because that's Chernogorsk or Electro, because that would be stupid. I just head to places like Kamenka or something like that and you know, try to help out. That said, even Balota is really dangerous, so because there's a huge military camp there now. Zombie over there, don't know if that one's seen me. There's a zombie there, so I'll go and hit this one. But yeah, I try to, but then, you know, normally I'll hang around there for a while and go, there's no one about, I don't know where they've all gone, head off, and then, or someone will show up who's got different ideas about people in the coast and blow me away. Right, I'm bleeding again. That's quite annoying and crap. So that's 2 for 2 on the amount of times I've been hit on bleeding. So I use this bandage. You can split the rags down into smaller amounts and pile them, like stack them up, which is kind of handy as well. That's that done. I love the fact that you can hotbar stuff, and although the hotbar has a tendency not to work all the time, you'll press a button and you'll get your axe out and put it straight away again, normally as you're about to be hit by a zombie. But you know, he's quite good. Is that a sack? You can't. Oh, that's the other axe. That's the wood splitter's axe, just as useful as this one. In some senses, it might be a better axe to take. I can't. I thought I might be able to tear that sack up. Okay, there's some gloves here. I'm just trying to demonstrate that. I mean, I'm stood on top of them, and the vicinity thing isn't working. And you can't check the condition unless the vicinity thing does work. And I'm crawling on top of it now, and it's still not working. I don't need them because the gloves I've got are better. It was more to prove a point of don't rely on that thing to work. Don't rely on the vicinity box. It's a nicer addition. It's quite handy, but yeah, it doesn't help that much. So yeah, don't rely on the vicinity thing. I'm going to eat some food. So I love the fact you percentages of food, although I assume that they've taken, quick scope around, taken out the fact that food used to give you your health back, or your blood back. As you can see, they've removed all the UI from the screen going, oh, you know, it removed immersion. But across the bottom, hotbars. Not particularly immersive. So, probably wish they'd bring the blood meter back, etc. Now I don't know how much blood I've lost. I've been hit twice. I've bled for a short while. So, well, I guess we'll figure that out as we go along. We have some rather dapper looking leather shoes. In pristine condition. I just find that quite funny. It's like pristine leather shoes in... oh, what's that? Oh, that's actually used as a weapon. You can hit people with it. You can't spray foam or anything from it. Yeah, so leather shoes in a like warehouse. Very strange. Right, so just up here there's a petrol station. And there's a huge factory. So I'm going to go and check that out. See what there is up there. The thing is, as far as I know, I mean, I'm assuming that gun that I died as I reached earlier does spawn naturally in residential houses. But other than that, weapons only spawn in barracks. So all fire stations is I got a pistol from the fire station here. So unless there's a fire station, unless there's a barracks or a military spawn point, you're kind of boned. You know, there's not going to be any firearm. And they're only in certain places, and everyone's going to go to those places as soon as they can. Most people will probably just bolt towards them. And you're either going to get them or you're going to get shot. And if you're in those places, then you're going to get shot. And the second you've got a gun, you're going to get shot. So, it's like how I am now is actually, to me, feels more enjoyable. Running around, scavenging. I've got an axe. It feels like I've got the epitome right here. I've got an axe on my back. I can defend myself against zombies. And yeah, sure, I can have a go at a person, but there's not much point in attacking somebody unless, you know, they've got an axe. And even then, you know, what are you going to get from me? Well, you're going to get an axe, you may as well ask. So, there's a zombie down there. I think there's a zombie in the field right over there as well. Yeah, this is I think what makes this game good. It's this sort of feeling of gathering, scavenging, that kind of stuff. The fact that there are so many barracks and it's so easy to get guns, it's kind of made this a bit rubbish. I can't believe how far those zombies have come from again. There's no one over there at least, so I'm just going to stand here and hit them. The fact they're almost in between each other is a bit annoying. Come on then. Yeah, I mean, I'm assuming that Rocket stuck the guns in because, you know, if they aren't... Whoa. Sounds almost like a machine gun. I don't think there's anyone shooting at me. But I'm bleeding. Again. So that's 3 for 3 hits. The other zombie didn't hit me. Close that door, and then I need to bandage. Oh, some more stuff I might be able to tear into rags. I didn't want to do that, want to do that. Yeah, so I'm assuming that Dean Hall put the guns in for like people who went, well, I'm not going to play it if there's no guns. But at an alpha stage, the guns are probably the one thing you need least. Daisy needed all of the survival stuff putting in first, the zombies putting in first. You know, that kind of thing, I think. The gunplay could have waited. But, you know, that's it. The gunplay's in there. Survival's kind of out the window now. And I'm pretty sure when he first said it, he wanted to make a survival sim. It's almost a shame that he didn't go, yeah, I've got Daisy and here you go, but I might actually make just a survival sim, one without zombies. Albeit it might feel a bit like the Wasteland mission for Arma 2, but without the guns. But yeah, I mean, that might have been more interesting. As it stands, I just feel this is just going to end up in that basically really long-winded deathmatch that the game becomes. And some people love it. And you know, I guess yes, I'm complaining, but you know, it's wrong for me to tell people how they should play this game. It really is up to them. But it just feels like it's against what it was meant to be. Even the fact that, you know, they've introduced handcuffs, so you can handcuff people. There's a stance to surrender. There's a wave stance, things like that for people that aren't using mics. But people are just going to shoot you. I guarantee you that you would surrender, you would go on your hands and knees, and the person would just, from a distance, pow, and that's it. And you're like, why not let the person, you know, can't say over that third person whoring here. Why not let the person go? You know, take everything off them that's of value. Leave them with whatever you want to, as little or as much. I mean, I would always probably say, here's some food, here's a bandage, here's some drink. You know, you earn them for yourself, but any weapons, sorry, they're off you. Maybe give them an axe. You know, if you've got guns, they shouldn't be much of a threat to you. So, I don't know. I guess we'll see as it goes along, once it hits like later stages of alpha, and who knows how long it's going to be an alpha for. I mean, I think Arma 3 was an alpha for several months, then it hit beta. Quite quickly it moved on to the final product. Another t-shirt stirrup. Now the beauty is I now have a ton of bandages, but here we go. This is going to be interesting. This is what I mean about zombies are broken. I mean, look at that. I don't actually believe that why they used the door. I mean, didn't have to. But yeah, zombies are broken. And from what I remember seeing at like the game shows that this was demonstrated at, I mean, they were fairly weirdly broken then. I mean, you had them leaping into people and past them and all sorts. It was a bit weird. So I'm glad they're not doing that. I'm glad they've sort of trimmed that down. But also there was a kind of a plus and a minus to the zombies in the old game where they'd spawn in and as somebody neared a town, so you knew that there was someone around. That had really had its pluses and minuses, I'll admit, because it was a sniper's wet dream to know that there was somebody definitely in that place. And they just stay outside the town, outside of range, and then just shoot into it. But at the same time, it was a nice early warning system to people who were new as well, going, be careful, there is probably somebody around. Now, this building here used to be a really good industrial spawn, so it's probably got nothing in it now. No. Oh, I just heard a zombie. Can't see one though. That's the thing, I mean... Oh, well, there's a zombie there. That sounded like I'd aggroed one, but from where? And I'm bleeding again. Every single hit that is connected has made me bleed. Now, if you think about it, that's really kind of crap. But hopefully that'll get sorted out. Wrong button. So, I've been playing now for 10 minutes or so. I haven't seen a soul. Doesn't surprise me. This is the only people you generally used to ever see at Solnichny and this factory were either A, people that were probably looking for parts for a vehicle they had, or B, dead bodies everywhere because somebody just climbed to the top of the tower and launched themselves off it to kill themselves so they could spawn at Electro. I never got the point. I mean, this is a great place to run north to Berenzino from. But yeah, people just, I'm not going to do that. You could normally guarantee picking up maybe a hatchet from here. You could probably get yourself a... that needle's actually used for setting up an IV kit, although I've got an IV kit in the medical kit as well, so I've almost got everything I'd need to give 2 blood bags. My guy's now groaning, I don't know why. This happens every now and again as well. You just start to moan. It's not because I'm hungry. I'm just moaning about something. Normally if you log out and log back in, the noise goes away. But it is a pain in the backside. Also, it doesn't tell you if you've disinfected the rags, which I think is a bit... you know, they probably should do that. And it says I'm doing something already. As you can see, my doing something already is standing there doing nothing. So, I think I've ragged on this game a lot. So what do I like? I think that's probably a better thing to say. I like things like the customization looks like it's going to be very good. You can have some very different looking characters. You're not just waiting on finding that ghillie suit and then that's it, you've got the best outfit. You can dress your character however you want to. Certain things have more pockets, so I think people will probably gravitate towards using them. I think few people are ever going to use the holsters once they can get a vest pouch, but it looks nice. It's kind of cool. Hitting someone with an axe seems a lot better in the game, but it's still quite bad. I do think graphically it's a lot better. It does seem to have quite a bit of strange place for one of those to spawn. it has a lot of a feel of Arma 3 to it, but yeah, it's nice, it's smoother. There's a lot of new additions in Chernarus. Some I like, some I don't. And if it weren't for the people just running around with guns, I think the feeling of survival's there. The first 2 days I played this game for, it felt like when I first played the mod. No one really had weapons. Best you could find with an axe, and then, you know, hopefully, you know, you'd find someone and you'd team up with them. Then, basically, next 2-3 days, everyone had a rifle. And it was just basically shooting each other, probably to hope there was bullets off someone. And I liked that, though. I liked the fact it felt like everyone was back on the same page again. And it took a while for the griefers. I'll call them griefers. People who choose that as their choice of how to gameplay. Because, again, it's being a bit arrogant, saying that, you know, that's how they want to play. But then there were griefers that appeared. There were hackers that started to appear. There was a wipe of the whole server, and, you know, everyone's character died. I didn't really give a slightest monkeys about that. I don't care if it happens again, because this DayZ, you snap your fingers and you've lost everything you just had anyway. So yeah, I don't mind that, especially if it's getting rid of hackers. I'll go kill that zombie that's done that field. So basically, it didn't take long to then start to feel like the mod again. And hopefully something, as it transitions, will change. I think my biggest problem with this game is a lot of people who have influence, I think. A lot of gamers who have a kind of influence on Dean Hall and things like that. I'll call it, I mean, I could be wrong. I'm just guessing here. Play this in, as much as I'll say they don't, they play it in the bandit way. You know, they're bothered about ballistics, they're bothered about guns and sniping, or, you know, stalking and stuff like that, people. But when you got the best stuff, why bother? And, yeah, then you'll hear, oh yeah, but it's about squad play, it's about getting together and stuff like that. I'm like, but, and, you know, going against other squads. If you want to do that, that's what Arma's for. That's what Arma 2's for. That's what Arma 3's for. It's about squads against squads. You know, I see videos where it is literally that, and it's, you know, it's brilliant. It looks amazing. You've got these squads against each other with impressive military hardware, strategizing, the works, and it's great. I've done it as well. I've joined in on those sort of things. It's so much fun. This game doesn't. I don't think this game should be about that. But that's my opinion, and my opinion doesn't necessarily mean that much. So, you know, see how things go as we develop along. That said, it is buggy. There are a lot of issues. It will become frustrating for certain people. If you never liked the kill on sight mentality, this is going to really, really, really wind you up. It's very hard to work together because it's hard to. The inventory system makes it very hard to give stuff. You know, things get dropped on the floor, it disappears, and there's not that much benefit to actually working together. There's one benefit to working together, and that is blood bags. And they're so hard to find that you may as well just die and respawn. You know, if you haven't got someone with you, you are pretty much screwed. So, at this point, if people would say to me, is this game worth investing in? If you want to help develop it and you want to give feedback and you believe the feedback's going to be listened to, yes, it's worth getting. It's a little steep on the price, I think. But remember, you're getting the final game when it comes out, and I say final game because I get the feeling, as I said, it's like the Minecraft model, it'll be updated and updated and updated. I hope that doesn't mean it's always in beta, but we don't know, we'll see that as we go along. If you're hoping for that standalone game, this isn't it. It's not ready. It's not a game. It is a open world demo of a game that's going to be out at some point. if you want a game that's better than the mod, this isn't it either. Because to be fair, there are a lot of versions of the DayZ mod out there that have much better things already implemented into them. They have things such as base building. They have self-blood bagging, which personally I don't like, but that's kind of irrelevant. They have vehicles, scavenging off vehicles. You can, drain the fuel out of a car, take a wheel off it. You've got bikes and planes. And, I've seen people build bases in the Epoch mod that looks amazing. It's got several different maps. This is just DayZ again. And it's a lot later, and people have done with a mod what hasn't even managed to be done with this yet, which is impressive to say the least, but almost a shame from kind of the side of the developers of this. At least it has come out. I think I'm going to get stuck here next to a zombie. Yep, just ran through the building. And I'm bleeding again. So yeah, I mean, at least the game came out. I had a worry it wasn't going to. That it would be hyped up so much that it got to the point where it almost wasn't worth it. Should they have released it now? I see why they did. They released it before Christmas because otherwise it would have been over a year from when it was going to be released last Christmas. And in this day and age, especially on PCs, and alphas as good as anything really. It's not a bad idea to release one. Would I advise you getting it? Like I say, if you're a die-hard DayZ fan and you still play the mod consistently, maybe you're better off still playing the mod though. I still do every now and again, but I'm kind of a little bored of that as well. If not, see if a friend's got it. Try it out there. Anyway, those are my thoughts for now. I'll probably be doing a few more videos on this just because, well, see how I get along and show a few things off, and hopefully as things progress. Here's a good place as any to leave it, so thanks for watching, and hopefully I'll see you in the next video.